Sip Harshal, Sip Prakash, Sip Parvati, Sip Tina, Sip Bliss, Sip Surajit, Sip Sagai, Sip Meenakshi, Sip Sadanand, Sip Aim, Sip Manisha, Sip Kamalji, Sip Temple Gale, Sip Nishani, Sip Rajinder, Sip Priya, Sip Chidanand, Sip Uma, Sip Atma in Mehak, Sip Siva, Sip Renuka, Sip Sophia, and the rest of you, welcome. I thought this topic was chosen by, was it? Kavi, no? Kavi, I don't see Kavi on the call, but I hope she will join. She asked this question and we decided it's part of the Sanatan Dharma. So I said, Raji, did you try to contact me on Instagram for some reason? I saw something popping up. I could not know what you were saying. I don't know how to talk to you on Instagram. I did not know, so I could not speak to you. But you can explain to me. Maybe you can start, Raji, and then today's subject, will start. Will wants to unmute Raji. Will start with the subject, very profound subject. Who attains moksha? Very profound. Raji, you want to tell me anything, Raji? Unmute Raji.
But in Instagram, I could not get it. I don't know why. No video came, no sound came in my mobile. I don't know what happened.
I saw some message popping saying Raji wants to send you a message, but I did not.
Yeah. I could not get the Instagram today. Maybe some problem in my mobile or I don't know.
You please, I'm sorry, you please check it. Okay. I am not good at talking the Instagram.
Okay.
So thank you, Will. Will, who attains moksha? Will Nichani Krishna.
I'm not a master at this game, so I approach this question with great trepidation and humility, and I send gratitude to this group as usual. So it's quite a provocative title because it's obviously not properly phrased, but we can still have a go at answering it. And we first of all say, of course, there's no one actually attained moksha, but moksha is, as I understand, is the event that happened at death, when the enlightened person reaches death, and then various things happen. The gross body falls away, the subtle body falls away, and already avidya has already gone, and mind has already gone, and then the ego, the enlightened ego, then also falls away. Consciousness falls away, and that as I understand, the question is not really. It's quite provocative.
No. You have understood it perfectly. So you be relaxed. You have understood it perfectly. Okay, 100% perfect. But the question, I was asked by Kavi. I hope she has joined the call. Kavi asked the question, who attains moksha? And it's a very beautiful question. And because Kavi asked the question, it was an important question. I decided to put it as a chat. And let's see, because somebody attains moksha. I mean, if we are saying the purpose of life is to attain moksha. So if the purpose of life is not to attain moksha, then we should not say that the purpose of life is moksha. But we say the purpose of life is moksha. So beautiful. So let us, Will, you have started up very beautifully. Ashok Nichani.
Shom Sarji.
Sir.
Sarji, I've got 4 or 5 points to this. So the first point is, one should be a real yogi.
Okay.
Second, he should be detached from all the desires of the world.
No, but that's not the question. You are saying who attains moksha. You are saying the qualities needed to attain moksha. That's not the question. The question is who attains moksha. Is it Ashok Nichani? Is it your body? Is it your mind? Is it your ego? Is it your soul? Who attains moksha?
Sarji, a real yogi, Sarji. Karam Mukht person attains moksha.
Okay, good. Well said. Ashok Nichani is saying only a yogi attains moksha. But every yogi cannot attain moksha. That also you agree?
Every yogi कोई कर्म मुक्त होना चाहिए सर जी. Main important is कर्म से मुक्त होना चाहिए.
One who is free from karma. Moksha. But who? Who is that one who is free? Is it the body? Does the body attain moksha?
No, not the body.
Is it the soul?
Sir ji, not the me.
Is it the me?
No, sir ji.
Then who attains moksha? Who attains moksha? Krishna. It's interesting. You know, you heard it when you were in school. Did you hear this? In school, Ashok Nichani, in school they taught me, Betty bought a bit of butter. The bit of butter was very bitter, so Betty bought another bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. Ashok, you heard that? So this is called a tongue twister. A tongue twister. It is a Krishna. Let us hear who attains moksha?
It's a Shivoham.
Shiva.
So definitely it is not the self, because self is already liberated.
Not
So
the,
self
not
को
the soul,
मोक्ष
not
नहीं
the
चाहिए.
atma.
So abhi the understanding from this call is, once you are enlightened that with the wrong identification, then you are liberated. It is not somebody getting liberated. मुझे abhi the understanding is, when your ignorance is washed away, you are that Atman. You are that liberated one. Abhi Advaita mein Atma ke siva, or last time also you said, other than Sip, there is nothing. So I think when your ignorance is removed, you're already, when you are living, you are a Jivan Mukta. Once your body drops, you attain moksha, you become one with Sip.
Who attains moksha?
You are the liberated one. The ignorance
Who?
is gone.
Who
So
is liberated?
I don't want to say Jiva attains. No, Jiva is gone. That is ignorance. So there is nobody. You are becoming one with Sip. You are Sip. You are the liberated one. It is the ignorance which makes you think you need liberation.
Correct. 100% correct. The question asked to me, you were in the call, somebody asked me the question, who attains moksha? What answer? If you are in my place, what answer would you give?
I will say it's wrong. It is a question in ignorance. It's a question in mind state.
So you don't have to attain moksha?
You should be enlightened. Your ignorance should be gone. Then you become liberated. No, you become one with Sip.
Who becomes one with Sip?
Atma, which is already liberated, becomes one with Atman, just like your balloon example. It is already liberated.
So Atma becomes one with Sip.
Or another formula you gives, man minus self is equal to God. So wherever it is, there is no bondage is only in samsara. Bondage is only in ignorance. Once you are enlightened, where is the bondage?
What you're saying is 100% correct. What Will said, was anything wrong? Will said 100% correct.
There is no who, sir. There is no who.
No who. Then the dog. Tommy.
Just like you said, ego is enlightened. Whose ego? Their false identification is gone, so that I becomes I. I becomes one with the big I.
But somebody, huh?
There is no somebody. When you are nothing, only you becomes liberated. There is no somebody.
Now you're making it even more difficult for me to explain. Okay. So, okay. Now let's do a little reverse. Do we have to achieve moksha? हमारा जिंदगी का मकसद है मोक्षा अटेंड करना है या नहीं करना है? जिंदगी का we must attain moksha.
I don't know, it becomes, so whatever your formula, whatever steps I go through, even if it is Pirlu, once you realize you are not you are not this I, then next step is already liberation and unification. हमको क्या करना है? कुछ नहीं करना है.
No, what you say is correct. See, once the body, mind, ego, you transcend the senses of the body, there is no mind, there is no ego, the Atma is still alive in the body. You're not yet attained moksha because you're alive, there's no moksha. In the moment of...
But you can live, when you live as Satchit Ananda, you are a Jivan Mukta. You are not bonded in this world. But correct. Who? You can, I don't want to say Jiva, though it is the, very obvious answer.
But it's not Mickey Mouse now. Somebody attains moksha.
Sir, because now you are also doing the Sanatana Dharma. There is also the Chit and the Chidabhasa. Earlier we were as the reflected consciousness. Now you are making us move to the real truth of us. So Abhi, who I don't know.
Okay, let's see. I don't know. I also don't know the what's going to be the ultimate answer. And ultimate answer will come.
Everything, आपने last time Sip is equal to everything one, आपने बता दिया in Advait. So who is the experiencer? Who is experiencing everything? Merges into one.
Let me go to the next person, but I'm leaving you with a question.
Yeah.
For you to contemplate.
I can say Krishna, maybe. I don't know.
That Krishna is something other, no, a connotation. That Krishna does not need moksha, na?
It
So
doesn't
I'm
need
asking a
moksha, but
question.
once
No,
you are enlightened, yeah.
I'm leaving you a question to contemplate. Don't answer it now because then it will lose the fun. So I'm telling you, now you will start thinking properly in consciousness. Huh? Even Will can listen to the question. Who does not attain moksha? Think. Now think. Who does not attain moksha? Attempt that question. Santoshi, and come back.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, bolo.
Person, one living with IS, I am a soul. He has the complete understanding of the soul and lives as a divine instrument. Can attain moksha, Guruji. And जैसे आपने बोला धर्म अर्थ कामा और मोक्षा के लिए कि we have to be what we say, we have to live in ABCD, Guruji. We have to use that tool.
तो अगर धर्म अर्थ कामा मोक्षा है मतलब पुरुषार्थ में लिखा है कि मोक्ष अटेन करना है तो
हाँ,
किसी को तो करना है ना, नहीं तो थोड़ी बहुत वो सनातन धर्म पागल है क्या?
तो
मोक्ष अटेन करना है, किसको अटेन करना है?
ABCD में जो रहता है वो अटेंड कर सकते हैं, गुरुजी.
ABCD, ठीक है. लेट्स ट्राई. नटराजन, थैंक यू बाला. संतोषी, नटराजन, अनम्यूट.
Namaste, Guruji.
नमस्ते, बोलो सर.
See, the soul attains moksha. And
हाँ.
also the living being of a human can also attain moksha by avoiding the artha, kama, moksha. Purushartha, you are told, isn't it?
Correct.
Dharma, kama, and moksha. Another one. That is what he said.
Dharma, artha, kama, moksha.
These three things, if you are not with your inner peace, inner beings, if you are allowing yourself detached from these, even in the material, without material affection or anything, you can live in the present world also moksha.
No, Natarajan, the question today is very simple. You can ask other things, you can say other things. Who attains moksha? Is it Natarajan?
No, the soul attains moksha.
So the soul, if the soul is attaining moksha, that means right now the soul is bound. Is the soul bound?
No, soul is not getting a rebirth. That is a moksha, isn't it? Moksha is...
Soul never gets rebirth anyway. Soul is not the one that takes rebirth. So the one that takes rebirth is the ignorant mind and ego.
Yes, that comes back, isn't it? That if you are avoiding, that itself is a moksha.
So who attains moksha?
Those who are detached from these three things.
Okay. Those who are able to go past dharma, artha, and kama, they attain moksha.
Yes.
Okay, good. You please pay attention to the call. Let's hear everybody. Uma Natraj, thank you. Uma, Natraj, and Atma and Mehak.
Guruji, I'm not alone. God is always with me.
Yes.
First of all, let me say who does not attain moksha. The person who identifies himself with mind, body, and ego.
Yeah.
That person, he does not attain moksha. And once he transcends a mind, body, ego state and realizes that he is the self or the eternal soul, he will be able to attain moksha. And
so who is that he? Is it the soul attains moksha, the body, the mind, the ego? Who attains moksha?
It is the SIP in you. When you identify yourself with SIP.
So if SIP, you are saying SIP attains moksha, that means SIP is right now in a jail. That SIP needs mukti and moksha. Does SIP need to get freedom?
You have not identified yourself with SIP. So once you identify yourself with SIP and you realize that you are SIP, then I think when you become that, then you attain moksha.
No, what you are saying is correct. Who attains moksha? That's the tricky question today.
The SIP in you.
So does SIP need moksha? Does the SIP need moksha? You're stuck.
Yes.
Mehak, Atma and Mehak. She's a new youngster in our group. Let me see what Atma and Mehak has got to say. Yes, you have another question or you want to attempt the answer?
Answer.
Bolo,
I don't know
tell
if it
me.
will be right or no, but I'll just
Tell
try.
me.
So, according to the calls I've attended, like only 2 calls I attended, and by reading the book and previous calls of other spiritual leaders which I've attended, I feel like the soul who is free from the mind and ego and attachments and like obsessions and dreams can attain moksha.
Correct. So, but you are saying the soul must get moksha.
Sorry?
You are saying the soul that is free
Yeah.
from this. But the soul is part of the supreme. The soul does not need moksha.
The supreme immortal power is the soul, right?
Correct. So, who needs moksha? Moksha means what?
Liberation or enlightenment
Liberation from what?
from the circle of death and birth.
Very good. You know a lot of you have a lot of knowledge. So moksha means freedom from the cycle of rebirth. Who
Hmm.
attains that freedom from the cycle of rebirth?
The person who is aware of truth, the person who thinks that they can do it and they
You
can
know,
follow
you
the
know,
path of
do you know who's reborn?
uh, the person, I think, who has a lot of bad karmas or
No,
who is
even good karma. Even good karma.
good karma also, right? Who is born with people and
But
yeah, I
who's born?
think
Is the body reborn? Is the body reborn?
no, the soul is reborn into different
No,
body.
soul is not reborn. The mind and ego is reborn.
Hmm.
But the mind and ego does not exist. Then how can it be reborn?
Now I am stuck.
Good. But you're understanding, right? You're understanding. You're learning, right?
Uh,
So
yes.
today is learning day for you. Today is learning. Okay. Vijay Lakshmi.
Okay.
Good Atma and Mac. Good. Vijay Lakshmi, let me hear. It's a very so today's session is very tricky, very interesting, very good session. Let me see who is going to crack it. We have so many masters. Vijay Lakshmi, unmute.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivo Hamad.
Yeah, I think the conscious self attains moksha.
So who is the conscious
One
self?
who the conscious self is who is dissolved the self with the divine, achieving awareness of the distinction of the self and the divine. The Atman. आत्मा का परमात्मा से जब मिलन हुआ, that is, it merges with the sip.
That is that you are saying.
That is
When
moksha.
when do you attain moksha? You have answered the question correct. Okay, but who attains moksha? That's the question.
The conscious self, like we are in the moment, we are not in the thoughts. When we are not in the thoughts.
So who is the one who attained moksha?
The conscious self, the
Okay,
Atman.
I'm again. Okay, I have to give you the opportunity. So I'm asking you, who is the conscious self?
The conscious self who is free from the thoughts, the bundle of thoughts, the mind, ego.
So how does the conscious self look like?
Who is doing the righteous duty, getting rid of the material desires and mortal perspectives, and
So who is that?
developing
Who
an
is that?
understanding of
Vijayalakshmi.
Atma and Pan.
Who is that conscious self, Vijayalakshmi? Who is that conscious self?
That conscious self is the energy, that power is within me.
So does that power inside you want moksha? Need moksha?
Yes.
Is that power
Yes.
imprisoned? Is that power imprisoned inside you that it needs freedom?
It is imprisoned in the form of like the bundle of thoughts, the mind, ego, the sansar, maya. So once it is getting free, means once
who is getting free? Who is getting free?
That particular power inside,
That
the
power
energy,
is always free.
which is making me move.
That power inside you can leave you whenever it wants. It does not need your permission.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So who is the one in Vijayalakshmi? Who in Vijayalakshmi needs moksha? Does Vijayalakshmi need moksha? Does your head need moksha? Does your heart need moksha? Who needs moksha?
My Atma.
Your Atma. Atma doesn't
Atma
need
in
moksha.
Vijayalakshmi needs moksha.
No, Atma does not need moksha. Atma is already free.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. Kavi is the author of this call.
So Atma will.
Huh? So Vijay, we will come back to you, okay, if you want to speak, because there are 15 more people who want to speak. Today there are more than 15 people who want to speak. So Kavi and Krishan.
My pranams to you and pranams to the Atman and everyone present. Actually, in a lift, I hope the signal doesn't go. But I feel that the moksha is something we have to understand. Moksha first. What is moksha? What I understand moksha is complete not negation. It's complete freedom from everything, like everything. You may define it as mind, ego, or whatever it is. So I feel that the moksha is attained by the jivatma, who is identified with the ego and the mind. It is because of the association with the ego and the mind that the John, it is the jivatman which is associated with the ego and the mind, which feels the bondage, which has to go through this cycle again and again because of the identification.
But if you feel it's the jivatma, then why did you ask this question in the call?
No, I was not clear. It is only from these questions that the answers that are coming.
Okay.
It is derived. It
So
is not. It was not my understanding.
You are not clear. You are not clear about what you're answering now.
I was not. Even I'm not clear now. It is something which I'm deriving from the answers that have come till now.
So the jivatma means, okay. So then let me trick you a little bit more. So who is the jivatma that's attaining moksha?
The jivatma is actually, it's a covering on the Atman that is identified itself with the body and the mind.
And the ego.
And the ego, yes.
And
so
has
the
karma.
salvation is from the ego and the mind. Because the moment the mind is not there, I'm free.
So if you are free, okay, so 1 minute. So if you become free from the mind and ego, is it moksha?
No, it is not. It is not complete moksha, because when you say you are free from the mind, when you watch the mind, it is like you are free from the mind, but still you are not in that state where you feel, yes, I am one with everyone.
What's the difference between somebody who is free from the mind and ego? Who is free? Who has got freedom from mind and ego, and who has got moksha? What's the difference?
I think the difference would be somebody who is free from the mind and the ego. No, I cannot define it. I have to think about this.
Okay, so you will get, but today we will get the answer. Okay, today before end of the call, you will get the answer today.
Yes.
Before the end of the call, you are there, right? You will get the answer before the end of the call. Krishan.
Shivam Guruji, according to me, mind and ego will got moksha, because mind and ego are taking rebirth in new body.
अच्छा जब मुझे बताओ, माइंड एंड ईगो मोक्ष मिलेगा, तो माइंड एंड ईगो है ही नहीं, उसको मोक्ष कैसे मिलेगा?
Due to ignorance, we think that we are mind and ego. Due to ignorance, but when
अगर आप no, if you say mind and ego is getting moksha, तो mind and ego है ही नहीं.
Only a liberated, only a realized person can say that I do not have mind and ego.
That's
but
okay. नहीं सुनो. आपने बोला who attains moksha? आपने बोला mind and ego attains moksha, correct?
Yes.
But mind and ego है ही नहीं.
Because mind and ego ही है जो rebirth लेता है अलग बॉडी में, और ये तो क्वेश्चन है रियलाइजेशन का. 99% पीपल तो रियलाइज नहीं कर पाते अपनी होल लाइफ के अंदर कि वो माइंड एंड ईगो नहीं है, बट ड्यू टू इग्नोरेंस हमने अपने आप को माइंड एंड ईगो मान रखा, बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स हम बन रखे हैं, हमने इग्नोरेंस मान रखा कि मैं पुरुष, मैं स्त्री, मैं ये, मैं वो. तो वो इग्नोरेंस की वजह से मैंने माइंड एंड ईगो ये है जो रीबर्थ लेता है, और ये इन्हीं को मोक्ष चाहिए.
जो आप बोल रहे हैं 100% करेक्ट है. सवाल ये है हु अटेन्स मोक्ष?
माइंड एंड ईगो.
बट माइंड एंड ईगो डोंट एग्जिस्ट
for a liberated person, for a realized person, but not for the same all.
So the mind and ego who is ignorant, that mind and ego which does not exist attains moksha?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm tabling your answer. नवजोत देखते हैं, नवजोत इज आवर स्पेशल अपीयरेंस. नवजोत कहाँ है, बोलो आप.
Nobody attains moksha.
Nobody attains moksha. Then no, moksha is some bullshit, some nonsense.
No, as long as there is somebody present to attain, there is no moksha. When the person realizes that he is not a person, he is a part of the divine, then
Very
that
good.
state is moksha.
Very good.
Automatically it is moksha.
So who is it that attains that state of moksha?
There is nobody.
How can there be nobody? So you can, I'm asking you a question, Navjot. You can attain moksha or you cannot attain moksha?
Sir, that will be a state when we reach that, but I will not be present until then. There will be no Navjot.
Agreed. So there will, but the one who attained moksha was Navjot, na? When there was no Navjot, you got moksha, I understand. In the moment of death of Navjot, correct?
Yes.
But who attained moksha? Navjot attained, right?
Yeah, the ego.
Ego?
Yes.
Ego is just an identity.
That is the identity which has to be dropped. When you drop it and act
So
as an instrument,
are you saying the ego attains moksha?
Ego becomes a refined ego. First it was acting as a person. Now it will act as an instrument of the divine.
Your answer is very beautiful. Your answer is very beautiful. But my problem with your answer is, I'd love to accept your answer. But that ego, which is the enlightened ego, is not an entity. It's just an identification.
Yes.
We want to know who attains moksha.
That we'll see, sir. This much only I know.
No, very good. Good attempt. Well, I must appreciate your attempt. Dinesh and Shiva. Rumataji and Will.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
So whole unit jivatma will get moksha.
Okay.
Mind, body, ego and soul. The whole entire unit person will get the moksha.
Okay. Would you like to explain it or that's it?
That's because once the...
I accept. No, I accept your answer. So Dinesh has given a very clear answer. No ifs and buts. He's saying the jivatma. The jivatma is who? Dinesh is a jivatma. Navjot is a jivatma. Kavi is a jivatma. The jivatma. Jivatma is a body with the mind and ego, with the soul. This jivatma attains moksha. Is this the right answer? Shiva. Thank you, Dinesh. Shiva, the first time somebody is giving this answer, so I'm putting it on the table. Shiva.
Shiva Guruji.
Shiva.
Actually, Jivatma only gets moksha, but for the Siddha Pragya, who transcends the mind and there is always learn to withdraw from Maya and no karma exists. As there is no mind and ego, he does not, that mind and ego gets moksha.
So you're saying it's not a jivatma, but it's a qualified jivatma. So what is the qualified jivatma?
Because of the mind and ego only we get rebirth. Though it is not there. Mind and ego is an illusion. But because of our karma only, we create mind and ego. If there is no karma exists, for Siddha Pragya, he transcends the mind and there is no karma for him.
So Shiva. In simple words, who attains moksha? Is it you started off by saying jivatma like Dinesh. So is jivatma attains moksha?
No, I take me,
mind and ego.
Doesn't mind and ego because it does not. Because of me only we get rebirth. If there is no mind and ego, then there is no rebirth. Only that gets moksha.
But there is no mind. How can mind and ego attain moksha when it does not exist?
Only for the people for whom the karma does not exist. Those who do not come under that good or bad karma, there is no karma for that.
This is now becoming very interesting. We have more than 15 more people to go. Rumataji, who attains moksha?
प्रणाम गुरुजी शिवोहम
बोलिए माताजी.
बहुत ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन है. जीव आत्मा इज माय आंसर, क्योंकि मैं हूं तो क्या मैं हूं, तुम ही तुम हो तो क्या तुम हो. तुम और मैं जब एक हो जाते हैं तभी सब कुछ है, तभी Tabhi we get moksha, we are enlightened. Jivatma gets, which is a combination of mind. I is the main thing. Otherwise, I is the main thing because it is a combination of mind and ego. But mind and ego is, and I is alive only as long as soul is there. So Jivatma is my answer.
तो हर जीवात्मा को मोक्ष मिलता है?
वो तो गुरुजी मैंने बताया ना, जब मैं और तुम, प्रभु और मैं एक हो जाते हैं तो मोक्ष मिल जाता है.
तो जीव आत्मा is the entity who can get moksha.
Yes,
but
think
is it,
so.
then they are all jivatma, then we all should get moksha.
No, गुरुजी, वो बेसिक कंडीशन तो रहेगी क्योंकि वो जब हम आई छोड़ देंगे, मैं को छोड़ देंगे, then only we can attain moksha.
So you are saying a jiv atma attains moksha, or you are saying something else attains moksha?
Jivatma attains moksha, but condition is we have to leave I. So
jiv
I
atma minus, so you are
mind
saying
and ego भी नहीं रहेगा.
the jiv atma minus ego attains moksha?
Yes. And soul is required to live. Soul ही नहीं रहेगी तो हम we end, our life will end. Jivatma gets.
Jiv Atma. So we have two people, along with Dinesh Rumataji is sticking to that. Siva changed her mind. Will wants to come back. Will and Meenakshi. Girish Ananda Raji. Will, are you ready for your next round?
I'm not quite ready yet. I'm really. I think all the answers are good, but I don't really. I'm not quite sure what you're looking for. You could say.
No, I'm not looking for anything.
In reality, there is only SIP. So, in reality, the only person who could gain moksha is SIP because everything is SIP. So, you can't say if you want to accept the question, then you can only say there is only SIP. So,
see, one minute. If I ask you who merges with the ocean, then it's the wave. The wave that is existent merges with the ocean. But as long as it is a wave, it's a wave. It is the ocean. It appears as a wave and becomes one with the ocean.
Then the answer is the Atman. The Atman is against moksha.
Atma or Jivatma?
Well, you see, the question is wrong, but you still want us to answer it. So you have to. The only way to answer the question is by saying something incorrect.
No.
The question is incorrect. So you must also. The answer must also. If you decide yes, we must answer, then the answer.
The question is not incorrect. The question is profound. The question is the most important question of life. Who attains moksha? Basically, I attain moksha. I want moksha. Who is this I who wants moksha? So you're saying also with Dinesh and Rumataji, will you also say it's a jivatma? But does every jivatma attain moksha?
No.
Every jivatma does not attain moksha. Who attains moksha? It is the jivatma, no doubt. It is the jivatma. Because the atma doesn't need moksha. The jiva cannot attain moksha unless it has the atma. The jiv atma means the body, mind, ego, intellect, memory, soul. This entity called jiv atma is the one who is capable of attaining moksha. A dog cannot attain moksha. A cat cannot attain moksha. Only a jiv atma. The jiv we are talking about, when we say jiv atma, we are talking about in English, the human being. But every human being doesn't attain moksha. So who attains moksha? Meenakshi, Girish Ananda. Thank you, Vit.
Shivoham sir, good evening.
Sure.
Sir, I think the whole composite of enlightened person at the time of death attains moksha.
Good. So Meenakshi is redefining. She's saying an enlightened person in the moment of death attains moksha.
Now, at the time of death, obviously the body will not be there. So the enlightened person who has transcended the karma, who has transcended the mind and ego, the composite, obviously we cannot say the mind and ego, we cannot say the soul, we cannot say the body. At the time of death, the enlightened person, the enlightened human being.
So you're saying your answer is the enlightened human being in the moment of death attains moksha. Correct?
The whole composite.
Yeah. So somebody asked the question in the horse race, who won the horse race? Was it the nose of the horse, or was it the tail of the horse, or was it the body of the horse? Who won the horse race? I mean, actually, who won the horse race?
The complete whole.
Huh?
The
The
complete
horse.
whole of
The horse. The horse.
Yeah.
You can't say in the F1 competition of the Formula One racing, who won the Formula race? It's the car. The car is what? The headlight of the car, or the bumper of the car, or the driver of the car, or the bonnet of the car. Who?
the car.
The whole car. So the whole car is the whole jivatma. But what you have identified, who attains moksha? Enlightened jivatma in the moment of death. Girish, good progress. Good progress. Girish Ananda.
A realized body-mind complex powered by the soul attains moksha.
Good. Similar to what Meenakshi said in a different way, right?
Yes.
So Girish is saying a body-mind complex, a complex hardware, software put together with the power supply of the soul. And then what else you said, Girish?
When it realizes, I am not this jivatma, I am paramatma. It is fit for moksha.
A realized jivatma. So you are now brought a new word.
Yes.
Rumataji and Dinesh, see, the word has changed. It is not a jivatma, but a realized jivatma. But realized jivatma attains when, Girish?
For all practical purposes, it may be on the last breath. But scriptures say when it realizes.
But when it realizes, it can reverse.
Yes.
So not when we realize.
No.
In the moment of?
Because mind can come back as a phoenix.
Correct. So in the moment of the last moment, last moment, the jivatma who is enlightened, that enlightened jivatma can attain moksha. So we have got up to there. Raji, let me hear Raji's. We have got to hear all the masters. Raji and Sukeshri, Anand and Chotwani.
Shivaham Guruji, one who realizes I am not I and transcended the karma, and at the time of death is in truth consciousness attain moksha.
Beautiful. She has brought a new word. She said the one who has transcended karma. A jivatma who is enlightened, who have transcended karma in the moment of death. Am I missing any point, Raji? Have I covered your point?
And being in truth consciousness at the time.
A jivatma who is living in Satchidanand. So not only not a jivatma. Raji is telling it's a Satchidanand jivatma. A Satchit Anand jivatma who is got the anubhuti and who is free from karma. That person in the last moment is attained moksha because there is no punarjanma. So there are only two options. In the moment of death, the Katha Upanishad tells us there are two possibilities. In the moment we are gone, either we are reborn. In the moment we are gone, either we are reborn, either there's reincarnation or there's realization. In the moment of death, either there's reincarnation or realization. So this is where we stand. Very good. Let's see whether we have got anything more. Sukeshini?
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham?
It is the seeker who is self-realized and at the time of death who lives as Ladi.
Okay, so seeker. So now you're going, every seeker does not attain moksha.
No, who is self-realized.
So forget the word seeker. So let's straight away get to it's a self-realized person.
Yeah.
So a self-realized
person who lives as Ladi at the time of death
attains moksha. So it is the realized jivatma who's living as Ladi in the moment of death attains moksha. Who attains moksha? Let me see whether we have. Thank you, Sukeshini. I'm not sure whether we have got the exact words. I'm still letting this call go for 15 more minutes. At 8:55, we will accumulate it. Anandvi.
Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
So I think based on the definition that we learned during the retreat, BLK, DRM. So the M part was moksha there.
Good.
So we talked about mukti. That means a jivatma that is mukt from the karmas while it is on the earth. That at the time of death attains moksha.
Beautiful. So it's not a jivatma, but you brought the right word. It's a jivan mukta.
Jivan mukta.
A Satchidanand Jivan Mukta. A Satchidanand Jivan Mukta in the moment, the last breath. A Satchidanand Jivan Mukta. Very beautiful. We have reached a good definition, but Anand, I'm still letting it flow if you have any more words.
No,
Ashok huh? You're done, right? Ashok Chotwani, thank you. But it's not as simple as Kavi said, it's Jivatma. Jivatma does not get moksha. Because Jivatma, then every Jivatma should get moksha. No, Ashok Chotwani.
Shivam, sir.
Sir.
Sir, as per my knowledge, karma of the enlightened person will get moksha.
Karma?
Karma of the entire, because if there is no karmic account, only then we will get the moksha.
Correct.
So karma will get moksha. That's why we will not take rebirth, sir.
How can karma get moksha? I didn't understand what you're saying. Karma is, hold on, Ashok, who carries the karma?
Mind, body.
Is your body carrying your karma? Is your mind and ego carrying your karma?
Actually, mind and ego.
Mind and ego carry karma. So how can karma get moksha?
But karma of the enlightened person.
The enlightened person has no karma.
No karma, I agree. He has no karmic account.
Yeah.
That's why he will get moksha. He will there will be no rebirth. So
okay,
karma will.
No, but karma doesn't get moksha. What you're saying, the enlightened person who is free from karma gets moksha.
Yeah, that is true.
But not,
actually, I thought due to karma, a person will.
Due to karma, you get punarjanma.
Yeah, but there is if there is no karmic account, we will get we will be free from the recycle of birth.
Correct. So who is the one who has no karmic account? That's the point. Who has no karmic account?
Enlightened person has no karmic account.
Correct. That is the answer. So who gets moksha in the enlightened person? The body, the mind, the ego, the soul.
Actually, sir, there is no body, mind and ego, no, sir.
So कौन है फिर?
Soul is not there. Soul is already a different thing, na?
तो मोक्षा किसको मिलता है?
Actually, I thought karma. If there is no karma, he will be free.
Ashok, karma does not get moksha. Ashok, karma does not get moksha. Who gets moksha is the one who is alive. Ashok Chotwani can get moksha. But what is the qualification of Ashok Chotwani to get moksha? For example, if I ask you the question, let me ask you a different question just before we end. Who gets driving license?
Who gets?
Driving license.
Who has done the driving test?
No, sorry.
Sir, who apply for driving license?
Suppose 12-year-old boy does driving test. Will he get license?
No. There is a
so you must qualify, na? This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, qualify age limits. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm just trying to bring you in the right perspective. Premchand ji.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Premchand ji, आप हैं? Unmute. शिवम, किसको मोक्ष मिलता है?
Gurudev, what is moksha? Moksha is matlab breaking of the cycle of the birth.
Correct. बिल्कुल.
So living in this life, a desireless life, you attain moksha. if you are living, agar after death there is no moksha, what is moksha, what is salvation, and what is liberation, all is useless. So living in this life, a desireless life, means your living does not have any this bodies, mind, ego, emotions. If they do not affect your life, you are liberated, you have attained moksha. So moksha is attained that in life, present life. So there automatically there will be no life. You won't go for any rebirth. So the living with the desireless life in means an enlightened life. He has already attained moksha. He has already attained liberated.
Good.
So far as I have got from you.
So you are right. So you are right. Who attains moksha? What Premchandji is saying.
Jivatma.
Aji?
Jivatma attains moksha, and in this life, so long he is live, he has attained moksha.
He does not attain in this life. He is ready for moksha in this life. He is ready. For bilkul ready.
He has attained the fourth part of the dharma, kam moksha.
But the final liberation happens in the moment of death.
It will be only at the liberation of death, but he has to live with the moksha.
He has to,
with
100%.
Desireless life.
100%. He has to be enlightened and he has to live with a desireless. Good word added by Premchandji. A person who has desire cannot attain moksha.
You won't get. आपको मोक्षा के भी डिजायर नहीं होना चाहिए.
नहीं, वो मोक्षा के डिजायर कभी होता है जब आदमी जीवन मुक्त हो जाता है.
जीवन मुक्त हो जाता है.
जब आदमी जीवन मुक्त हो जाता है, when you reach that state of enlightenment, then you are not seeking enlightenment because you are already enlightened.
If he is living in such there is no desire. He won't desire even for moksha, liberation, etc. If you are living in such
Very good, Premchandji. Very well said. Thank you. Sundargiri. Thank you, Premchandji. Sundargiri, we have got only 10 minutes to close, but 10 more people to speak. Sundargiri. And anytime you all get locked out of the call when there are more than 100 people, you can go back to YouTube. It's live on YouTube, but you can't ask questions. Sundargiri.
Hello, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Bolo.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Actually, what I understand, at least intellectually, sir, that no one gets moksha, sir.
No one gets moksha.
No one gets moksha. Actually, there is no one.
If no one gets moksha, then answer my question: who is reborn?
And even what I can say, or what I can add, that even there is no realization, or there is realization, but there is no moksha.
Okay. So your discussion, I cannot put on the board when the call is coming to an end. But we can have one more session on this subject. Sudham, thank you. Sudham.
Shivam Guruji.
Sir.
Sir, answer is the jiva, the individualized expression of the soul, attain the moksha, like a river flowing, emerging with the ocean.
Very good. Beautiful. Nice analogy. So when the river merges with the ocean, there is no river left.
Yes.
But who merges with the ocean?
River. The individualized. Yes.
Yeah. Good. Gaurav, thank you. Gaurav.
Transfer. So, sir, because this Brahma manifested into Jivatma, the Abhyakti was done into Jivatma, so Jivatma only has to get moksha by removing the avidya, or what do you say? Because of avidya only we think we are different. So that is clear. Jivatma only.
The Jivatma who overcomes avidya, when do they attain moksha? At what point?
At the time of death.
Good. So you have understood the answer. Good.
Yeah. Sir, I had a different question. Should I ask or should I not break the flow?
Don't break the flow today. You can ask the question tomorrow. Okay.
Sure.
Today, because there are still 8 people who want to talk and we have only few minutes. But today's question is too important. I don't want to break it. It's too important. Ashok Nichani.
Shubham Sarji.
Yes, sir.
Sarji, at the time of death, an enlightened person,
yes,
who has dissolved all his karmas,
yes,
he merges with the divine and becomes one with the divine. He gets moksha.
Good. Good. Sacred rule. Thank you.
Yeah. Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
A person who has a constant yearning with love for SIP, number one. Number two, who really has no desires, is detached. And then attains self realization, and while living is constantly yet practicing being the tool and practicing the yearning, gets self realized, and then can merge and get moksha at death.
Beautiful. Well said. I'm not trying to, those of you who are saying it, I'm not trying to find fault, but I understand you have to intellectually understand it.
Yeah.
And when you reach a state of realization, then you are completely in that state, you become that.
Yeah.
And then what are the symptoms of a person like that? The symptom of a person like that is they are fearless. They don't fear death. They don't fear loss of love. There is nothing. So they are completely blissful, peaceful, full of love, full of peace, full of bliss.
They're enjoying that merger. They're enjoying that merger.
They have already merged.
Yeah.
They have already merged.
Okay.
Therefore, many of you have missed one key word. And the key word is an enlightened human being who is completely liberated from all desire, who lives in Satchit Anand Atma, who lives as a Satchidanand Atma in yoga. Important word to add is in yoga. Because when you're in yoga, then you will not fall into bhoga.
Yeah. Because
then
if you're not in yoga, you can swap back. Yeah.
Correct. When you are in yoga, chances of dropping is very less. If you're in yoga, you cannot drop.
So you have to teach us how to constantly be in yoga.
Very simple. Always be in yoga. Yogi jo yog mein sada hi rahe, Prabhu ke yog mein rahe. Therefore, the answer is actually coming out as SIP is guiding us. It is a yogi.
It's a yogi.
First answer that we are getting, it is a yogi who attains moksha. Who the yogi? A jivan mukt satchidanand atma. Free of karma, free of trishna.
The one word for the whole thing.
Yeah, but you need to be a yogi. Very important. Then you motivated that answer. Thank you. Chitra.
Okay, thank you.
You need to be a yogi. Very important. Chitra.
Shivoham.
Yes.
Moksha, literal meaning is moha shaya. That is decline of attachment. So everything is I. I only is drashta, drishya and darshan. All the three is I only. The expansion of I only. But when there is moha involved in that due to ignorance, there is bandhan. And when that moha is removed, it is moksha.
So is moksha during our lifetime?
अगर वो भावना चला गया तो
ना, that is only mukti.
मोह चला गया तो
वो that is mukti. Suppose वापस वो मोह आ गया तो चित्रा, suppose वो मोह वापस आ गया तो
मोह वापस मतलब अंडरस्टैंडिंग से आएगा ना.
No. So why you have so many gurus are there? So many gurus are there. After attaining enlightenment, they want to buy 100 cars, 200 cars, 500 cars. Then what is that?
No, they have not attained moksha.
No, they have.
That what I hear my emphasis on moha. Still, the moha is not gone.
See, what you're saying is correct. But everybody who passes moha does not attain moksha. After overcoming moha, many people may overcome moha. When you overcome moha, you must be a mumukshu. You must live as a yogi. You must live as a jivan mukta. And you must be free from karma. These are all the qualifications. In a driving test, you must be having the age. Then you must pass the written test. then you must pass the physical test. Then only you can get the license. So there are certain, you have eligibility for moksha. Who attains moksha? Who attains moksha? It's a jivatma. No doubt jivatma, but not a jivatma, jivan mukta. A jivan mukta is a mukti jivatma, mukta jivatma. So mukta jivatma must live as a yogi, must be free from karma, must be free from trishna, must live in Satchidananda. Then only you can attain moksha.
So that is what you're saying is Jivan Mukta is attains moksha.
Jivan Mukta yogi.
Attains moksha.
You must be you must be a Jivan Mukta yogi.
Yeah, Jivan
If you're not
yogi.
a yogi, suppose you fall in bhogi, you become bhoga, then you will sink. Moksha is not easy, my dear friends. Moksha is not like buying a chocolate. Moksha, you cannot go to Amazon.com and buy a moksha. Cannot. So we have got
So our answer is now Jivan Mukta yogi.
Up to now, yes. I don't know. 3 more minutes to go. Rekha and Kavi. We'll give Kavi the final word. Rekha and Kavi. Yes, Rekha?
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
An enlightened ego at death gets moksha.
But the ego doesn't exist, Rekha. Not the ego.
Yes, when we get enlightened, the ego doesn't exist.
Yeah. The person must enlighten the ego, but basically must go beyond mind and ego. Because mind and ego don't exist. When you are enlightened, you don't use the word mind and ego anymore because they don't exist.
Yes.
Does the enlightened person say I? Does the enlightened person will ever say I?
No.
So there is no ego.
So there's no ego.
It is only but they refer to I. I want water. But it's an enlightened ego.
Yes, enlightened
But who
ego.
attains moksha? Who attains moksha? We'll end with Kavi. Kavi, you have got the answer or you need more answer? Kavi.
No, I think I've got the answer. As I understand it, is a Jivan Mukta, a Jiva who is free from ego desires and who is constantly in union with the self.
Which means yoga. Who lives like a yogi. Who lives as a yogi.
Who live like a yogi. At the time of the drop, when the body is dropped, he becomes one with the all omnipotent supreme. So that is moksha. So yeah, that is what I understand now. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
That is the right answer. So the right answer, who
Thank you.
attains? So who attains moksha? If we want to coin it, a yogi. A yogi who is a Satchit Anand Jivan Mukta. A yogi who is a Satchit Anand Jivan Mukta, free from karma and artha and kama. A yogi who's a Satchit Anand. A yogi who is a Satchit Anand Jivan Mukta, who is beyond dharma, artha, and kama. So we have to bring this dharma, artha, kama in our definition. There is no dharma. For a yogi who's a Satchidanand Jivan Mukta, there is no dharma. Why? Because the yogi who's a Satchidanand Jivan Mukta, he says, मैं क्या हूं कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना, लहरे कहूं मैं प्रभु, आता मैं जाता प्रभु, तू है समुंदर सारा, तुझ में समाता प्रभु, तुझी से मैं आता कुछ भी ना. A yogi who is a Satchidanand Jivan Mukta, free from karma, dharma, free from karma, dharma, artha, kama, attains moksha at the time of death, at the time of the last breath. At the time of death, when there is the last breath, the yogi becomes one with the Supreme. If you have more questions, we can think of a session day after tomorrow. But we are all this. Thank you, Kavi, for a very, very interesting question. Kavi brought a beautiful question. And everybody, we got at least 40, 50 people tried to answer. All good answers, very good answers. But have a perfect answer. So key, if you want moksha, what is the key learning? You'll be a yogi. Dharma, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Prema Yoga, even Khana Yoga. Be a yogi. Be a yogi, always in yoga, living in Satchidananda, the Jivan Mukta, free from karma, dharma, artha, kama, attaining moksha in that last moment of breath called death. With folded hands, I bow down.